Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Galletti and I am from East Haven, Connecticut. It's near New Haven County. You might know New Haven County from Yale University, if anyone's familiar with Yale. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I live with my parents as of right now. I hope to move out by the spring, and I have a black Labrador named Louie. Let me see if I can get him over here. Boop, 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 boop. He's sleeping right now. He had a busy day at daycare. But, so I'm looking at my phone because I'm not going to remember every single question that professor gave us, so my apologies for that. But, so I currently work at Yale University in the Technical Services Department as an Acquisitions Assistant 1. We open up boxes from all over the world to unpack books. Japan, China, South Korea, Egypt, Africa, Ukraine, Russia, you name it, we get all of them. And then we shelve these books by the respected vendors that we retrieve them from. And the catalogers in the building come grab them off the shelves. In the shipping room, we have books from like in English, German, French, Italian, Spanish. My team usually handles those. It's the African, the Burmese, even the Mandarin, all the other languages. Each unit has their own separate cataloging people for that. So they go to their respective shelving areas and they grab them. And for me, I can catalog, but I do what's called fast cataloging or fast cat, which means the record's already made. I just make edits to it in certain fields. I, as of right now, can only catalog English because the European ones are more complicated. That's if I go up a step. I also add book plates and I security tag them and we stamp it in the back with Yale's own personal book plate and stamp. And I'm the one who also is in charge of updating invoices to be paid to the library business office, and then we send the books to each respective library that Yale owns. So in this graduate program, I am right now, gosh, I think I started in 2022 or 2021. And I have this semester, summer and fall, and I'm done. I graduate this fall, so it's surreal, but I'm excited. One surprising fact about me is, maybe not surprising, but I always bring this up, it's just the easiest thing for me to bring up, is I have an identical twin sister. Her name is Alyssa. She is 13 minutes older than me. She moved out a couple years ago with her boyfriend. She lives down the street though, and we have two completely different occupations. She got her bachelor's in sociology, and she works full-time as a dog walker and pet sitter. And I also have an older brother, but out of my siblings, I'm the only one who has continued their education to master's program. So I'd be the first in my family to get a master's degree, which is pretty cool. And then concerning family, I have my parents, my grandparents on my mother's side, my brother, as I mentioned, his wife, my niece, who's almost a year and a half, my dog, as you saw him sleeping. He came from Louisiana. He was a rescue. He's our second rescue, but third lab overall. As for YA books, I haven't really read any in years, but if manga counts, I've recently read a manga called Ultramarine Sky by Nagisa Furuya. I did enjoy it. I thought it was like a nice story. It's about two high school students coming to terms with their own sexualities and feelings for each other. It's a nice soft read. I recommend it. And my all-time favorite YA book is actually Willow by Julia Hoban. I would read that book over and over again when I was younger. If anyone doesn't know about it, it centers around a 17-year-old girl named Willow who suffers from extreme guilt and PTSD after her parents died in a car accident. She was the one who was driving the vehicle in a really bad rainstorm. And I will give a trigger warning here, but this book discusses the character's struggle with self-harm. Throughout the story, she meets a guy literally named Guy who comes into her life, and he's determined to help her stop the self-harm tendencies. I recommend it for anyone who has ever had struggles like this in their own lives. Me speaking, I have, as well as showing awareness about the situation in teenagers. Right now, I'll also leave a list of the books I have read from the 100 greatest YA books of all time. Requested here, the book quiz. I did halfway through. I suck at quotes. I failed all of it. I didn't even try. But I will say the book I'm reading right now, intermittently, is It's called Red Dead's History, a video game, an obsession in America's violent past. I've never played the game, but I love learning and watching about the history of video games themselves. So this book discusses how the events of Red Dead Redemption correlate, or more often they actually don't. They're not very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not very accurate the way the game displays real history, but it does reflect American history in a different way. So I highly recommend it for those who really love Red Dead Redemption and also like history, like me. I was a history minor in my bachelor's program. So yeah, that's me. Again, I'm Sarah Galetti. I'm very excited to be in this course. I don't know much about youth services. I've worked in public libraries for almost 10 years. I've worked with adults, I've worked with children, but teenagers I want to get to learn more of because I want to be able to have better knowledge and education of all the fields of library. So thank you, everyone. Enjoy the semester with you.